What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gaming Without Parole. My name's Bryan Paul, and sitting to my right, your left, is the ever-illustrious Mike Zeller.
Hi.
Hey.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been 2 months since we've done this thing.
I'm surprised all of us are still alive.
Yeah. I totally forgot to warn you guys. No swearing.
Oh, no.
I'm just fucking kidding.
Oh, thank God.
And you should bleep that out.
Oh, that would be great, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend like hours just bleeping swears out.
Just random words, though. So
No,
it sounds
no
like
swears.
it sounds way filthier.
and this is Beep Zeller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, that's a bad word. And I should probably introduce you.
And some other guy.
Some other guy. You probably recognize this guy. This is Brett Zawielski, and he is our permanent third host on Gaming Without Parole now. I can't believe you agreed to do this.
I must have been drunk or something.
I think you were the last time you were here.
Yes.
Yes, but that made it just that much funnier.
Exactly.
Awesome. Feel free to be drunk whenever you want to show up.
Yes.
Yeah.
He just reaches under the table.
Yeah, I'm like,
a
oh.
fifth of whiskey's like...
Since you bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, joining us, as always, behind the camera is our favorite fourth host.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything to say. Favorite fourth host, Jobby Nogueras. And if you want to turn that camera around, please.
Hi, guys.
There he is.
Fantastic. No cat get up today.
Yeah, surprising. I lost my ears.
I lost your ears.
Yeah.
In a bar fight.
It's sad.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Not yet. One more year.
It's a sad day for a cat. All right, guys. So we should probably start from the beginning. It's been 2 months since we've done one of these, and this is kind of our little rebranding, reboot. It's not rebranding at all. It's the same old shit that we've been doing. So
We should call it New Gaming Without Parole. Just put like the burst, graphic with the new. Yeah.
we like steal the new Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah, and just crop it. Don't even like edit out everything. It's like you can see there's like Pikachu's foot in the background.
Awesome. So why don't you tell the people at home like what we do here?
Man, I don't even
on
remember what
Gaming
we
Without
do.
Parole.
I think we basically just use this as an excuse to talk about video games because we can't in other. Well, you can. I don't talk about it in any other places in my life.
I can, but no one listens. I'm like, hey mom, can I tell you about Batman Arkham Knight? And she's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. My mom said the same thing.
Fantastic. So what do we do here on this thing that we're doing?
Well, yeah. Good question. When we originally launched this way back in the Stone Age, we decided that we wanted to make a podcast about real people enjoying video games and how we integrated that with the rest of our lives. And then we realized we don't have lives outside of
I'll
that.
agree with that.
So we end up just using this to as a cautionary example of how not to exist. This is what they're going to use for PSAs in schools with like don't get hooked on video games.
This is what happens when you do one video game.
Like, look at them, just look at them, and the kids are like, "Oh God!"
They're like in the corner, like
yeah. Like the kid in the back just throws up.
Super Mario is a gateway drug.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, fantastic. Well, guys, it's been a while. What have we been playing? Brett, you want to tell us what you've been playing for the last 2 months?
A lot of Batman.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's amazing, except that it just pisses me off so much.
Why does it piss you off, man?
I can say that, right? No, I'm kidding.
I'm going to bleep it out.
That's fine. I decided to play it on the hardest difficulty, which was a bad idea because the enemies are so goddamn so smart. Whereas they learn how you play. So I like to play like extremely stealthy, and they'll just find out, and they'll be like, "Oh, look at that! He uses the banisters to get us. Why don't we put bombs on the banisters?" I'm like,
really?
Oh my god! So you have to change up how you play every few hours because they realize how you play, and also you can't beat the game 100% unless you find every single Riddler trophy. Like you can't even face Riddler unless you do.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm at 99% right now because I just can't find like
How many
5 Riddler
hours?
trophies.
How many hours do you think you sank into this game?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
No, like probably like a 90 or something. So not much, but
not much.
it's just
That's just
because I
two
can't
solid
find
weeks
them.
of work.
Yeah, exactly. No, I can't find the I think I have 6 Riddler trophies left, and I'm not using a guide, so I just can't find them anywhere.
I think it's time to use a guide. Wow.
If only there was some kind of online service that you could go to.
Yeah, right?
And find out about stuff
AOL.
Like that. Yeah. 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 Log on to Prodigy. Ask people in some chat rooms.
So you're really liking it though.
Yes and no. The storyline was amazing, but it kind of gets boring after a while because it's just the same thing.
Yeah.
Once you beat the story, it's like, all right, capture this base, capture this base, capture this base. Infiltrate this, infiltrate this, infiltrate this.
Right. Yeah. At the beginning, I was kind of. I don't know. I went back and forth for a while. Like I really.
Well,
hated
it was the standard Bryan relationship.
It was like I feel like at the beginning, I was like, "Oh, this is awesome! Like I can drive around in the Batmobile and I can just blast around Gotham City, and this is fantastic. This is what I've always wanted to do." But then, like, it made me use the Batmobile as like a tool all the time.
Yeah, and I didn't really like that.
I hated that.
It was kind of weird. It was like I'd rather not. Like I'd rather just fly around and do things, and then they're like, "No, you have to use the car."
Have to use it.
Yeah.
As soon as they made me use it, I started hating it. But then there were things like, like you'd just be somewhere and you'd hear like opera music in the background. You'd be like, "Oh shit, I need to go find that murder." Or you just like, or the first time you run into Man-Bat, you're like, "Holy crap, this is awesome!"
Yeah.
But then once all of those missions pop up on the radio wheel where you can just choose what you want to go do next, it didn't feel very spontaneous after that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I lost interest way too early, and I'm really sad about that.
So I have a question for the two of you because I haven't played it yet, because I don't have a PS4 or an Xbox One, but I have played all the others and really enjoyed them. I noticed that this is the first one that actually got an M rating. Have they done things differently? Is there a difference, or did they finally just realize like this game's pretty brutal?
I don't think there's any swears, like crazy swears in it.
Right, it feels a lot like the last games.
Yeah,
the first time
there's
Batman
nothing drastically different with it. It's not like there's blood and gore because you're Batman, you don't kill people.
Right, but,
so it's
but thematically, I mean, with all the murders and everything, like it.
I guess that could be part of it. Like
I think the older ones probably should have been.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering. I did kind of feel that way.
Yeah.
I remember in one of the earlier games because the Batman's whole thing is he doesn't kill people.
Right.
But there were definitely some times in the earlier games where I was like, I'm pretty sure if you did that to a real person, they would die.
Oh, that's
like,
constantly the whole game where it's like, you can drive into someone and and no, you're just going to shock them. No, you're going to die from that. Like
you can shoot people with a Batmobile, but what are they like?
It's like a beanbag
or something.
But then I'll still kill someone.
Totally.
Well, even this was always the thing with Batman. There's a bunch of places online where you can look stuff up where Batman like definitely did straight up kill some people in the comics. But I've always thought, I mean, just the volume of people that Batman punches in his life, like the human bodies respond to punches very differently. Like almost a guarantee somebody had like a heart condition that Batman punched and they just dropped dead. Like somebody had was it arrhythmia or something where your heart
cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
But it's not his intention. I think that's the point. He's not going to pull out a gun and shoot somebody.
No.
Not with bullets, just with
beanbags. Can we transition now to what I've been playing because this ties in very well.
Sure.
So I'm still playing Fantasy Life. No, I finally finished that. I finally beat the game. But I've actually been playing Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that's been out for a while now.
What are you playing it on?
I am playing it on the PS3.
Okay, so the HD remaster.
The HD remaster, yeah. After my go-to co-op partner, John, our occasional guest host, we didn't have any Dark Souls games to play, so we moved on to doing co-op Metal Gear. And the co-op is actually, for the most part, pretty fun. Like, it works a lot better than you would think, having two people sneaking around. You would think you would have to be a lot more on top of things than you are. But the reason that I brought it up is because John, when he plays Metal Gear games, is all about non-lethal. He doesn't want to kill anybody. And
I always start that way.
Yeah.
And then, like, 5 minutes in, somebody spots me, and I just I slow everyone down.
Yeah. So we started playing the game non-lethal, and with two people, it's actually easier because you have double the tranq guns and that kind of thing. But we made kind of a bizarre discovery about how the game quantify as non-lethal.
Okay.
Because at the end of the mission, it counts up, have you killed anybody? And usually it's no. But there were a couple times where, like, we'd be grappling, I'd be grappling with somebody at the top of some cliff, and I just throw them over the side.
Non-lethal.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Non-lethal. That is not fatality. Or you shoot someone with a tranq gun in the head as they're going up a ladder,
Yeah.
and they fall off the ladder and die.
Yeah. And it doesn't
Non-lethal.
count. It's
Non-lethal.
Like, it's like they're sleeping.
So, yeah. That wasn't... I didn't kill him. The fall killed him.
I'd have to agree with that.
And the best so far is there was one mission where you had to do this trick shot with exploding barrels and take out 5 enemies with like one shot.
Okay.
So I did that, and all the barrels blow up, and 3 men were consumed in that fireball. Non-lethal, because I didn't shoot them. It was the exploding barrel that killed them.
So I've got to ask.
Use that in a court.
Everyone who's reviewed Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, which just came out this week, has said the same thing. This is Peace Walker 2. Are you playing in preparation to play Metal Gear Solid 5?
No, because if this game is just like that one, I don't want to go anywhere near it.
Really?
And it's really frustrating, actually. And it reminds me a little bit of, I think we talked at one point about the most recent Kingdom Hearts game, Dream Drop Distance, I think.
The 3DS
or is it Birth by no, it's Dream Drop Distance. They all have fucking
The
ridiculous
3DS
names.
one.
Yeah, the 3DS, Dream Drop Distance. From a mechanical perspective, it's the same exact game. It's got the kind of twitchy, button mashy combat that I enjoy. But the structure of the game sucks so much that it ruins the intrinsic, like, fun of the gameplay. And that's exactly how I felt with Peace Walker. Is the stealth stuff, the sneaking, the using all the little gadgets and stuff is still a lot of fun. And I actually like the way that because it was originally a handheld, they kind of broke everything out into little, chunks.
Right.
I like that a lot. But it's just constant cutscenes, and they're so cumbersome and awkward and dumb. I mean, I've played not all of the Metal Gear, but a number of them at this point. And that's definitely a series that has never strayed away from ridiculous sci-fi stuff. It is so badly written that I could barely stomach my way to the end of it. And
here's the deal. Metal Gear Solid 4, I think, was the culmination of crazy over the top writing, all the crazy enemies, all the boss fights, all of the they tried to tie up all the loose ends, right? And I fell asleep during numerous cutscenes because that would just have
They're
like
long cutscenes.
oh my god,
yeah.
like
Isn't the first one like an hour long?
it's something. It's really bad.
Metal
Like,
Gear Solid 5, the first cutscene's like 20 minutes. Like, I walked away and made a sandwich and then came back and it was still...
Metal Gear Solid 5,
A
the new
big
one.
The new
big
one.
sandwich.
See, now
Yeah.
I hear that the new one is way more balanced. Like in terms of like by comparison to Metal Gear Solid 4, it's very story light. It's all about gameplay.
It's
You create your own stories, kind of thing.
It's nice. I bought it Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days, and
Came out on Tuesday.
yeah, so probably yeah, it's one of those Tuesday, Wednesday I bought it, and
one of the days ending in Y.
exactly. It's
So not
I like
Wednesday.
it, but it's just it's confusing. It's
So-
like
I just want to go around and fault and shit.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the point of playing this game. I want to fault in a puppy. I want to fault in a bear. I want to fault in enemies. I just want to send everything back to my base.
Yeah, and you can do that now. And I just do it like randomly. I'll be like, "You're away now."
Right?
Like, go my child.
Be free.
I love like it's I don't know if you've seen any of the gameplay footage, but like it's the sound effects are just awesome. It's like the guy floats up and then like right as he shoots up into the air, he'll hear "Ah!"
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the same in Peace Walker. You can do that in Peace Walker.
It just seems so much better in the but that's my entire reason for wanting to play 5.
The great thing about, in kind of the same way as their loose definition of what counts as a lethal attack, the way that they handle the Fulton system is just so delightfully bizarre. Because, I mean, when the game starts, you're knocking out people, you stick a Fulton on them, and they go back to your base, and then they're just like on your team, and you can do things with them.
It seems a little strange that there's no recruiting process.
So
That is a recruiting process.
John,
Right.
John,
Set me free.
John stopped us at one point, and he's like, because once they go to your base, you can then assign them different tasks,
Yeah.
which lead to unlocking, different abilities and different weapons and stuff. And so John said to me at one point, he's like, so let me get this straight. This is how this interaction played out. A guy suddenly, this guy, he's walking around the jungle, he's the soldier, he suddenly gets hit in the head and knocked unconscious. He wakes up in an offshore military base working in the cafeteria and just is like, okay, I guess I'm here now.
Yep.
Fair enough. Just, here's your cream corn,
It sounds pretty realistic
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's as good as anything the American military has come up with for its drives.
How much time have you spent with this game?
Oh, not much, like 6 hours or something.
Okay.
But it's
What a world have we developed for ourselves?
Yeah,
where
well-
6 hours is
Not much time at
sitting
all.
in front of a television is an insignificant point of time.
because I've been working all week, so I didn't really get to play it that much. But the opening scene is very long, and it's also the biggest troll I've ever seen in any video game ever.
Really?
I don't know. The Raiden thing from 2 was.
That's what I was thinking as soon as you said it. I was like,
I don't know. So they give you. So you're in a hospital bed.
are you about to spoil anything?
No. So I just you're in. You get to create what you look like.
Yeah.
And I spent like 30 minutes because you get to do everything from like jawbones to cheek to everything.
And then you're big boss.
And then it goes, that's what you used to look like. And I'm like, are you serious right now? I was like, I just wasted 30 minutes making my guy look like John Cena. And now I have to,
Oh,
like,
no.
not have him. I was like, are you serious?
I wonder if that comes back into play later in the game.
I hope.
Right.
I hope.
It would be great if they determined like what they determined if you get to keep that face or not, depending on what you're doing. The game's just like, is that fucking John Cena? No,
Like,
we're done. We're done. You look like Big Boss.
Now you don't get it.
Here's your hamburger face. Like,
Great. Good stuff. My God. So, I have a little bit of an issue with what I've been playing.
okay,
I haven't been playing too much, as I always
just 40 hours
do.
of
Right.
Danganronpa.
150 hours of... No. So I was playing Danganronpa 2, and I was like super into it, and Jobby's playing at the same time as me. He's ahead of me. And so, like, and I kind of fell off of it, and I sort of almost forgot that I was playing it.
And you can't get up.
I totally, yes. And then yesterday, something happened. NIS sent me Ultra Despair Girls
Oh,
Danganronpa side story game, and I was like, oh fuck, I can't play this until I beat Danganronpa 2 because I don't want anything spoiled. So Joby and I are hanging out today, and I'm just like, and I just see it sitting on my wall, and I'm like, I need to see what this looks like. And he's like, oh, we gotta watch the opening movie, and like immediately there's a big CG Monokuma bear, and like I'm like, oh, I can't watch it, skip, like I don't want to see any of the story, and then like so we skip over the first like movie, and then as soon as the game starts, a character is on the screen, and I can't tell you who it is because it will spoil
Everything.
And
Like, we're just
so-
sitting there like, turn it off. Like, we can't do this anymore.
Like we should have. I shouldn't. I had literally. I ran around as this girl with Monokuma chasing after me for like 30 seconds in a burning building, and I was like, you know what? I think I've already spoiled something. I can't play this. I need to go back and beat Danganronpa 2 now.
just sighed heavily, took all 3 games, and just threw them away.
You know, it's Danganronpa 2 is frustrating. I don't think it's as good as the first game. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's got some mechanical issues. I don't like all the stuff that they added for all the courtroom scenes. They could have kept it a lot more simple, like the first one. And I don't think the characters are as. I mean, I'm probably only halfway through, but as far as I can tell right now, all the characters that are dead were not as fleshed out as the first game was.
There are a little bit more caricatures than the first game, although I think they kind of explain why.
Okay, so I gotta get through the game. So that's it. That's sort of what I've been playing. and I've got a list of games that have come out since the last time we sat down and talked. All right, so
boy,
you guys ready for this?
Oh boy, let's do it.
All right, Metal Gear Solid 5.
You should play the Danganronpa theme song while you're rattling these off.
Okay.
That's a great list. Theme song.
Not going to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Metal Gear Solid 5. We already talked about that. Yeah. Mad Max came out.
I almost bought that.
Yeah,
I almost did. And then
You
the reviews.
Yeah, they're not good.
No,
but it's a beautiful game.
It looks good.
Yeah.
But it was either that or Metal Gear Solid.
No.
So I was like, well, I'm gonna go with.
There's only one option there.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of balls did that publisher have to release the game on the same day?
I don't think they realized it.
Mad Max did really good in theaters, though.
Exactly.
I mean, that was a phenomenally successful
I'd
movie.
love to see sales figures for the game because that is a ballsy move.
They made
Metal
like
Gear Solid
$30.
5.
They should
wait
now,
a week.
They should now come out with a Metal Gear Solid movie and put it against the next Mad Max.
Right. I think Mad Max would win.
Oh man, Hideo Kojima would be so pissed if Konami authorized a Metal Gear movie right after
I'm sure it'll happen.
He would.
Yeah, he's Anyway, One Chinbara. Yep. It's
Who cares?
Do you know what this game is?
No clue.
It's sort of I've got some older versions of it like on the Wii and stuff, but it's these girls in bikinis running around with like is it samurai swords like killing
occasionally
zombies,
guns.
basically. It's awesome. It's like super. It's super repetitive gameplay, but it's just awesome. Like
it gets real boring real
care.
fast.
I'm definitely buying it when the price drops. It's for PS4. Girls in bikinis, why not?
Yeah.
That sounds like me.
A girl in a bikini.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Yeah.
All right.
It has
Samurai sword and zombie.
Right. Well, see, and that kind of works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like zombies.
I like samurai swords.
All right, so we could play it together. All right. Until Dawn came out, which is Sony's basically you're playing through a teen slasher movie. And you make all the decisions. Like, when you see a teen slasher movie and, like, the girl runs up the stairs instead of running out the front door?
Yeah. So it's like one of those games.
You get to make those decisions. And so there's a bunch of teenagers in a cabin in the woods, surprise. And you make all the decisions. All the characters can live or all the characters can die, but the story goes on no matter what.
Awesome.
And it got pretty decent reviews. Some people like it more than others, but...
like Heavy Rain?
Except, I think it was Colin Moriarty from Kinda Funny who actually said that this developer team, whoever they are, can't remember right now, out Quantic Dream because they did something that Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls were trying to do, but did it successfully. So, that said, moving on, Mario Maker came out.
Well, it's coming out. Well, it'll probably be out by the time we actually.
It's the 11th, right?
I think so. Next Friday, right?
Yeah.
September. Yeah. I mean, the 11th of September.
Yeah.
Nintendo keeps saying this. Not September 11th. The 11th of September. Why would they say that? Just kidding.
It's going to be the best day ever.
Yeah, right.
I feel
so
like
much fun.
Right? We're going to change what people think.
You're going
of
to
this
always
holiday.
remember September
that's
11th.
Be their slogan. Not the 9/11 you remember.
Yeah.
So I think Mario Maker should have come out at the launch of Wii U.
Yeah.
This would have sold systems like crazy, but I think at this point it's like too late and nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to make their own Mario levels?
Yeah. This is one I know we've talked.
You don't want to?
No.
Why not?
Everyone else is going to make them.
He's going to play everyone else's.
Yeah.
It's a Little Big
You
Planet.
lazy
Yeah, you know,
I played
yeah.
everyone else's and I was like, why am I making this?
Yeah.
You know?
That's weird. Like, Little Big Planet, I tried to make a level and then I was like, nope, I just want to see what everyone else did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, that's I very rarely buy games right on release day, but I was kind of thinking this sounds really cool. But I wonder how long my enthusiasm for
Probably as long as your friendships last when you play Mario Kart.
Oh,
Right?
no.
Not long.
That's why we didn't see Jobby for a while.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted. Yeah, I think this ship has sort of sailed on Mario Maker. Like, everybody seems to love it, or all the previews seem to love it, but I don't know. It's just hard for me to find a reason to turn on my Wii U at this point.
Brawl.
More than that.
Brawl?
Yeah.
You mean Smash 4? What?
Brawl.
Brawl?
Yeah.
Like the Wii Smash Brothers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you play Smash Brothers 4 if you're turning on a Wii U?
Well, do you have it?
Is that even an issue? Amazon Prime, I can have it in 2 days. Mario Maker, cross off the list. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. This is fun. This
sounds like it.
It's like a first person adventure game for the PS4, and it got okay reviews. But one of the biggest complaints people had was that there was no run button, so you're walking around pretty slowly, going from one location to another, and there's backtracking, so you're just like wandering around in first person mode very slowly.
Yeah.
All the reviews came out, and then the developer issued a press release and said, there is a run button. We just forgot to tell you about it. You have to hold down R2, and you slowly start running faster. It takes 7 seconds to get up to running speed.
Yeah, I don't have that patience. I don't have that patience.
You know what would be great? If you press R2 and the camera pans back suddenly, and you see your character is morbidly obese, and you're just like, oh. Okay.
That's why.
All right, I get it.
Start sweating.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's so that was great. It was a game I was looking forward to, and then just lost interest in completely. Didn't download it.
Oh, by the way, there is a run button.
Right. That is because I guess they implemented it kind of late, and so like it's not even in the tutorials where like they're teaching you how to play the game.
So it's just it's a hidden gem.
It is. It's like in like honestly, like if you're trying out all the buttons to see like, does this run, you're not going to hold it for 7 seconds.
No, I don't think I've ever held the button for 7 seconds.
Like to do anything, even if you knew it did something. Okay, so Zombie U was a game that came out on the Wii U. Mm-hmm. It was a release. It was a launch day.
I think it was a launch game
by Ubisoft. Mm-hmm. Zombie game, first person for the Wii U, and it was. It got decent reviews. It tried to do something interesting. Anytime your character died, like you'd die, and like zombies would kill you, but they wouldn't take your stuff because that's not what zombies do.
Yeah.
So like all your shit is still on that dead character.
They might be murderers, but they're not thieves.
Yeah, come on.
they've got scruples.
So you switch to another character to play as, and then you you go find like the guy that you were playing as, and to get all your stuff and like continue on with the game. It didn't do well because it was Wii U. So there was a rumor that it was coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Under the name Zombie instead of Zombie U, and before that rumor even got confirmed, Ubisoft just quietly like put it out on the PlayStation Store and Xbox Live. Didn't really even tell anyone it was going to be there. It just showed up one day.
Is it like an arcade game?
I mean, it's
more like an adventure. It's right over there.
Yeah.
It's more like a first-person adventure game kind of deal, isn't it?
Yeah, first-person adventure, killing zombies. It's like I was going to say Dead Island or
yeah, it looks like a Left 4 Dead game.
Yeah,
just
not as multiplayer.
Good.
Yeah. So that got kind of quietly released, and again, decent reviews. Wasn't a great game to begin with, but it's got a second chance. Strangely enough, I would much rather play it on PS4. I don't even know if my Wii U's hooked up. It's probably an issue. All right, we talked about Ultra Despair Girls a little bit, Zombie, and finally, Rare Replays. 30 games for $30 that finally came out, all Rare games for the Xbox One. Like Perfect Dark Zero.
Oh, yeah.
Battletoads.
What was it? Battletoads and Arcade. Battletoads, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Banjo-Kazooie. What am I missing here?
Viva Pinata.
And Trouble in Paradise.
Is on it?
Yeah, both of them. Word. Yeah. So I thought I was going to play the hell out of this game, and it showed up on day one, and I put it in, and I was like, eh. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Rare has such an amazing history of video games, and I think you don't seem to like Rare like most people do.
Yeah, I mean, I have mixed feelings, but I do feel like they've had some gems, and if nothing else, I mean, the volume of this collection, I think, is worth it.
I think it's a great value, but I think what it does is remind people that maybe Rare creates cool games that don't age very well. Because I was thinking about like other collections that I'd like to have. Like, who else would I like to make a collection? And like even Sony as like a first party studio. Like I could think of like 30 games right off the top of my head that I was like, I'd love to play those again. Like Jumping Flash or Ape Escape.
There you go.
Right. Like
Legend of Dragoon.
Why not? Maybe they could rewrite it.
Yeah. And redesign it.
And
call it something else.
Anyway, so that exists. And the weird thing is though, for all of the games that came out on the 360, it's really weird because the games don't seem to play natively. They all of them download an update, but really what they're doing is downloading the full game from the Xbox store.
Yeah.
So this 30 games for $30 is suddenly costing me like half of my hard drive space.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, damn. Yeah. So that's that. Whatever.
Yeah, I was wondering how they were going to fit all of the like Banjo-Kazooie and Viva Pinata 1 and 2 all on one disc.
Right? It's craziness. All right, so something that I've been looking forward to for the longest time. I've been waiting for Nintendo to announce this, and they finally did. And it's that Fatal Frame for the Wii U is coming to the West. It's the reason I bought a Wii U. Mm-hmm. I wanted this game more than any other game. I love Fatal Frame games. It's coming as an eShop exclusive in October.
I knew you were going to say that.
So I can't even buy a retail copy of this game. I have to download it. And you know I hate downloading games.
Wait, don't you have like a ton of
Shut
games downloaded?
Yeah, I mean, I download when I have to, but if I can have a physical release, I will.
Are they going to charge full retail price for
I'm
it?
sure. I saw the price and it seemed excessive for a download. But yeah, that's me. Like that, this game and like The Last Guardian, like these were my. I was always chasing after these and being like, when is it going to happen?
Finally going to get them.
Yeah, and I'm going to be horribly disappointed on all fronts. All right, you guys ready to go through all the news that happened in the last 2 months?
No!
Yeah.
That has happened, jeez.
Right. Surprisingly, I went back 4 weeks, and we didn't miss much. All right, first, Yokai Watch, our new Pokemon, is coming to the United States in November. The third game is set to release in Japan soon, but we are actually getting the first game as the first game in November, and it is coming to the U.S. with a TV show and toys. They're going to do the full marketing campaign.
Yay.
It's going to be awesome, and of course developed by Level 5, our favorite Professor Layton and Dark Cloud and Ni no Kuni developers. Yeah,
Rogue
you guys.
Galaxy.
Oh, it was a great game. Great game. Do you guys have any interest in Yokai Watch? It's definitely targeted toward a younger audience. But
Not really. I never really got into Pokemon at all.
What?
Yeah.
You guys want to take this outside?
Yeah, seriously. Like, that's like the one thing that I never got into. My brothers did, everyone else did, but I was just like, it never really drew my attention. Like, my friends still play it, and I'm like, well, alright.
Yeah.
When I was in college, I was sitting outside playing Pokemon Sapphire on my Game Boy Advance, and a very attractive young woman that I kind of had a crush on walked by, and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Playing Pokemon." And she was just like, "Okay." And I was like, "Well, that's the end of that." Good work, Zeller. Really just cut through the chaff.
I'm curious about this game for. I feel like with Pokemon, I'm a little too far behind. I made a promise to myself that I'm never going to keep.
You just can't catch up with the story.
I was gonna start with the original Game Boy release, and I was gonna play through all of them, and I realized that I don't have enough time for the rest of my life to get that done. So I feel like Yokai Watch might be like it's a nice little easy entryway into the series. Like, I'll check it out. I'm sure it's gonna be kind of kiddie-ish, but that's fine. All right, Phil Spencer, a little Xbox head boss, right?
Okay.
He is saying that the Xbox One could be getting original Xbox backward compatibility.
Really?
That they are going so far with this, like, for the gamers mentality, that it's putting Sony to shame.
Yeah.
Like, Sony used to be this way. They used to be like, oh, backward compatible, oh, like, whatever you want, you got it.
Yeah.
And Xbox never was like that. But now that they're trailing in the race a bit, I think they're doing and saying whatever it takes.
Yeah, their backwards compatibility on the 360 was pretty shitty.
Well, see, and that's why I don't have a whole lot of faith, because they talked about 360 backward compatibility, and maybe 20 titles ended up getting.
I mean, it was more than that, but it was just a lot of junk.
Yeah, it wasn't that many good titles whatsoever.
Right. So, I mean, it would be awesome if they made the Xbox One like this all-in-one Xbox device. Like, you had a game for Xbox, put it in the system, and you can play it.
Yeah, because I would definitely.
It's called Xbox One.
I don't think so. I think a bunch of people sat around the table and were like, Xbox Infinity?
Yeah, right?
Xbox 10? Like, nope,
Square
more.
box.
Right? GameCube, shit. So I mean, that's cool, man, and I think it's sending the right message that, like, you know, that people want this kind of stuff, and that maybe Sony will fucking sit up and be like, yeah, okay, well, like, PlayStation Now isn't working. Let's give people what they want.
Yeah, like, I'd rather have all my fucking old 360 games than the Xbox One games now. Just 'cause
Seriously.
of all the time that I played on it, and now I'm like, do I really want to plug in my 360?
And for somebody like me who, like, never had a 360, amazingly, like, now I can go back and start buying 360 games and, like, throw them into my Xbox One. I'm totally out of shelf space as far as, like, the entertainment center is concerned, so I don't have any place to put, like, another console. I have to return my Neo Geo X.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Really?
Yeah, the HDMI out is broken, so I can't even play it. It's real sad. Which is fine. I didn't have a place to put it anyway. All right, this one's all for Jobby. Pokken Tournament. You know what game I'm talking about? It's
robot. Is that the robot guys?
It's the Bandai Namco fighting game. That's,
Oh my god, the anime one with all the different anime characters?
Nope. It's
Okay.
So excited.
it's the Pokemon / Tekken fighting game.
Yeah! Oh my god, when is that releasing?
Spring 2016 on Wii U. It's coming here.
You're getting it, right?
We're getting it.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's a little weird because the article I was reading said that there are like 9 or 10 confirmed characters. I'm like,
You gotta have more than 10 characters.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, there's like 752 Pokemon. Like,
There's like 10 Pokemon in Smash Brothers.
you know, like,
right.
Yeah.
They need to step it up. I mean, but
Seriously.
spring 2016, they got a little time.
Yeah, they have,
so.
a year.
Yeah,
So.
you have like a couple months.
we'll see what happens. Anyway, so that's happening, and like I don't think anybody expected that to happen because as of right now, it's only in Japanese arcades. It's not even like in any kind of like home console over there.
Yeah.
So hey, that's cool, I guess. Right, this is just a weird story. Rock Band 4 on.
They still make that.
Well, this is the triumphant return of Guitar Hero and Rock Band. They're both coming out within weeks of each other.
Those died out in like 2007.
Yeah, right.
No one plays those anymore unless you're
When
at, like,
suddenly
a shitty
everyone
arcade that
realized
has
they
them.
felt incredibly stupid, just
Yeah, when you're
pounding
sitting
away
there
on
and
a
you're like-
little like plastic guitar.
I mean, I had a lot of fun. But I don't know. I never had like the huge parties where like everyone came over with their plastic instruments and stuff. I don't
You usually need friends for that.
Yeah.
What's a friend?
I did a Just Dance party, though.
Did you?
Did you
I did.
really?
How'd that go?
It was just him. Just
Yeah,
like,
it was me. No, it's a crazy game. It's you burn calories quick. They literally have like a burn calorie mode, which is just like an hour-long dance song. And it's literally like no breaks. Like, here, dance for an hour. I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I was like sweating bullets. So I had to take my shirt off. I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
I used to play Dance Dance Revolution on like the PlayStation 2, and I was bad.
But yeah, it's not an easy game.
It's harder on the little mat than the actual dance machine.
Oh yeah, no, because I had like tape.
slip in.
I had to
Yeah.
tape the mat to the floor. to
slip,
make sure
you
that-
bang your head, you gotta
Don't-
call an ambulance.
Well, see, no, the new one
It really
uses the
takes the fun
Kinect.
out of it.
Yeah.
Uses the Kinect on the new one.
Oh yeah.
But it's too accurate. So it's like, and it records you. It'll record everything, and you get to rewatch
You
it.
post
and
it
up-
online.
And, yeah, you get to upload it. So of
What?
course I uploaded it.
like 2,000 hits.
Puts it right on your face.
They're like, "Who's this shirtless man dancing to Lady Gaga?" I was like, "This is me."
We are linking this. We're linking this. I'm gonna. It's
You
actually.
just splice it right in.
I want to be playing over this conversation. Can I find that somewhere?
I'll look. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll look around.
Nice. So yeah, Rock Band 4. Surprisingly, it's coming out for the PlayStation 4. It's going to be $60 for the Xbox One. It's going to be $80. Right.
All right. Well,
So here's the deal with that.
What-
They want you to be able to use all of the plastic guitars and drums and all of this shit you bought like for the old Rock Band games, which I totally respect that because it's like a lot of people just have this shit in their closet. So And so for the PlayStation 4, you can just plug them in natively, no problem at all. Like with the, I'm guessing USB. And for the Xbox One, they have to like create this like adapter. And so it's like this conversion adapter. And so they've got to include this thing to make it work on the Xbox One. So I mean, if you're sitting there and you have both systems and you're at the store and you're like, should I buy the Xbox One or the PS4 one?
Yeah, you're gonna buy the PS4.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a shame they couldn't find a way to do it without jacking the price up another $20. But you know what? Who the fuck's going to buy that anyway?
Not me.
This is the greatest story of all time. Square Enix is giving away an island. Okay.
I didn't even. Is that a thing? Like, here's Hawaii. It's yours now.
I think there's people there already. Just tell them to leave.
So it's a promotional contest for Just Cause 3.
So they bought an island, first of all.
Well, so
How else are
it's
they gonna make their Pokemon?
the island.
Jesus Christ! Like,
The island is valued at $50,000.
so it's what the size of?
They do not guarantee that it's inhabitable
or above water.
Yeah.
or accessible by any means other than a boat.
Oh yeah.
So
It's an island.
So it's literally.
well, so
It's literally
it's not
like-
big enough to land a plane on. In other words,
It's like that rock in Elm Park. Like,
Yeah.
like that's yours now, Timmy. Like, treat it well.
except with worse locations.
Go forth and prosper.
Now, so the other part of this
Sow
is
your crops.
you can accept the $50,000
Yes.
cash prize, or you can get the island.
I would get the island. Just to tell someone, I'd be like, "Yeah, I have my own island,"
But
and they're like, "It's that a puddle over there." Like,
But anytime you buy any kind of property, right, whether it be an apartment or a
big
house
tax.
or just a
There's
stake
no
of land,
revenue for the island,
or
right?
no,
no,
So
you gotta pay tax though.
you got to pay taxes on the island, and as the winner, you're responsible for the taxes when, like, there's taxes when you buy something like this.
Yeah.
You're responsible for the taxes on the island.
I'd take the loss. I would pay those taxes.
You're determined to get the
Just-
fucking island.
I would put like a treehouse on it and be like, "Yeah, this is where I live."
It's like, what if there's not a tree?
Well, then
You plan it.
You're like, can I pay my taxes
you plan
in
it,
PS2?
You wait 20 years, and you
I'm
know.
more curious on why it's uninhabitable. That's
The
real
snakes.
question.
The snakes are.
It's just a writhing mass of sea
Snake
snakes. Is the ground moving? Oh, that's just the snakes. Don't touch them. They're
Why is
very
it that?
The fact that
You
they were
get there, it's just like a desert island.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
There's nothing.
The fact that someone in their board meeting was like, "You know what we should do? Let's buy an island." Like, that's a great idea.
Sounds like an awful idea.
How do you win this island?
That's a good. Yeah.
So I didn't write down anything because I wasn't prepared. But it's
Hunger
it's-
Games style survivor
It's
match.
90.
Fight the
That
other
would
people who
be
bought.
awesome.
On the island, but it's so small. There's nowhere to hide, so everyone just immediately
It's just
shoots everyone
Gladiator.
else. Yeah.
It's 90 days after the game comes out. It's like you got to be like number one on like the leaderboards or something
Oh,
like
I'm
that.
playing my ass off.
What game is this?
Just Cause 3.
I'm quitting my job. Imagine what I can do with an island.
Sorry, Abby.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
I got games to play.
I can open up a different restaurant on the
You know?
island. I don't care.
I don't know if you could, man. Like
I need to find
again,
this location of the island.
dude,
now.
Seriously.
dude, that means the
Unless
island.
it's in Bermuda, I'm
Yeah.
not concerned.
The island has to be smaller than this apartment.
Seriously though, it's only a $50,000
That's-
I mean,
island.
it's probably smaller than this table.
Yeah.
It's
Is it
still an
mobile?
island.
What?
Is it a mobile island? Like, is that why it's uninhabitable? 'Cause
I
it's
don't know.
constantly moving?
What if it's like a trash island?
It's
Like just trash is
island
collected
made
into a
of
pile.
It's like garbage.
This is the best we could do.
Right, 50 grand. Take it or leave it.
There's a lot of
It's a lot of
syringes in
recycling.
there.
Right? Free drugs.
Yeah.
Wes Craven.
Oh.
Yeah, Wes Craven died in the last month, and he was 76 years old. Obviously, the creator of Nightmare on Elm Street, The Hills Have Eyes, Last House on the Left, something like that. Right. And Jobby hates Wes Craven.
Burning passion.
Burning passion.
Burning passion.
Yeah. Not a fan of Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Nightmare on Elm Street?
Fun.
No.
Okay. So
Cancel the podcast. we have shit to do today.
I also haven't seen Hills Have Eyes. I did see The Hills Have Thighs though. I'm not kidding.
I wonder what that was about.
I had to. I was like, it came up. I was like, yeah, fuck it. It's the worst porno ever.
Okay, so I don't. I was gonna say I don't watch a lot of porn.
That's not true.
Sure. I don't watch porn that that dude
based off movies.
Like, because they're always like these joke titles, like those guys.
Exactly.
And I don't think I've ever seen one that had a joke title like that.
Oh, I had to sit down and I was like, I'm going to watch this.
Stop laughing.
Dude, it really had nothing to do
He's
with
just
the
too
original
busy
movie.
laughing, he can't finish.
I mean, do they actually try to like?
No, it had nothing to do with the original movie.
Nothing.
It was just sex in the desert. That was it. I was like, what is this? I was like, is this what the original movie's about? Like,
Wes Craven is thrilled.
that is a remake.
It's a remake.
Wow, that's what Turok 3 is going to be.
Yeah.
No dinosaurs, just sex in the desert.
Turcock.
Did you say what I thought you said?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not even going to repeat it.
Bleep.
Yeah, bleep that out.
That'll be the one thing we don't bleep out. So yeah, I mean, it's sad, right? I mean, like Wes Craven was a pretty awesome director. He created a lot of great movies.
I'm just like laughing
Yeah,
about
it's tough.
It's horrible.
I am letting you borrow my Nightmare on Elm Street Blu-ray collection.
Alright, sweet.
You got to just blast through all of those.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'm not a huge like old horror scary movie kind of person because I find them shitty.
Yeah, the second one's really bad, but the rest of them I think hold up pretty well.
Yeah.
They rebooted.
Isn't that the one where they fought him with karate and Dream Karate?
They also fought him with like a Nintendo controller at one point.
Yeah,
That's
see,
what
that's
I would have went for.
Right.
Wii stick.
And Freddy at one point actually says, "Now you're playing with power." It's
Oh,
great.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it got a little campy
A little bit.
right off the bat.
Smidgy, yeah.
No, they rebooted it a while ago, and it was, and I thought they actually did a pretty good job with like the new Nightmare on Elm Street movie. But I guess they're rebooting it again, as everybody's doing with everything all the time now.
Everything's being rebooted.
Right? It's like, what is this, like the third Spider-Man reboot we're coming on to?
What's originality anymore? It's like
Well, they made a
Fuck it.
Minority Report TV show.
Did they?
They're making it, yeah.
Oh.
It's not Minority Report. What's the one where the guy could see crimes before they happen? Is that
Minority
one?
Report,
So yeah,
yeah.
so they're, but it looks just like a shitty remake, and I'm disappointed because I thought the movie was really not well.
I thought it was
done.
pretty
I
good,
think
yeah.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, I was
and then for them
surprised.
to make like a shitty Fox, I'm like,
Yeah. There's a lot of TV shows coming out. There's like a...
lost forever.
No. There's a Friday the 13th TV show coming out.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's like a whole lot of like weird stuff.
Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of
That'll probably be
TV
pretty
shows,
okay.
Yeah.
Flash and Arrow all start up next month. I don't know if you guys watched that.
I don't, but I need to get caught up because
I heard
they,
Arrow was
Same with
really
Gotham. I'm a really big fan of Gotham.
really.
Yeah, I had really low hopes for it just because I was like, a DC show that's not about DC, you know? But I think they did a really good job with it just because they it's balanced. It's like, all right, it's like, let's focus on where the villains were before they were actual villains. Like,
Yeah.
I find that interesting because it's kind of like a backstory almost.
I mean, I'm interested, but I heard a lot of bad things about it. So.
It's like the acting's alright, you know. There's some it's just kind of like it jumps around a lot.
Yeah.
But the first season was just kind of about the mafia side of Gotham, whereas the second season will be about like the actual villains. So it was kind of weird.
I'm just confused by all these coming out because why don't
Yeah.
they just cut the shit and just make a Justice League
Well, they're doing that League of Legends of Tomorrow or Legends of Next Year, whatever.
I don't even know this
It's
one.
it's the Flash, Atom, a few Arrow, all in one TV show.
Vibe.
Yeah,
now,
and it's made by the same people who made CW.
It's not Vibe.
so it's all going to relate then. Like
yeah,
the TV shows are
so
going to
Arrow,
kind of like
Flash,
cross over.
and all three of the they're all
Oh,
going
right
to
on.
cross over.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Yeah, because Arrow and Flash cross over 2 times a season,
Nice.
and they always mention each other. So that's pretty cool.
That's cool. I really wanted to get caught up on Daredevil because I watched the first half of season 1 and it's
So
awesome.
good.
It is really good.
So good. I think that was and I'm not a huge fan of Netflix original. I mean, Netflix original series, they do some good, good work, but
Yeah.
this one was just phenomenal because the
think so.
Daredevil movie was probably the worst Marvel movie, obviously, other than
Was that Ben
Fantastic
Affleck?
Four.
Is that, was
Yeah,
that one?
that was
Yeah.
Ben Affleck.
But Fantastic Four, I think, was worse than that.
The new Fantastic
Yes.
Four.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the other one.
Okay, so you've seen the new Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I stopped an hour in.
What?
I turned off my computer and went and did something else. I was so I was like a disgruntled employee.
It's really
I
that
was like,
bad.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense how bad it actually is because they're good actors. I don't know, they're good actors, but the acting is shitty. They're like, it's just one. There's like, nice work, thanks. That's a nice invention, thanks. I'm like, oh my god, like I turned it off and like I don't even know what I did, but I was just so frustrated.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's like the only like superhero based movie that I've ever. I watched Daredevil like through, and I was like, it's shitty.
Yeah.
I just stopped watching because I couldn't. I was like, I hate myself. Like,
see, I was wondering, like, there's so many superhero movies coming out. I was wondering, like, what was going to be the first one that really dropped the ball. And I guess we
definitely dropped the ball. Oh my god, they didn't even drop the ball. They
Basically,
didn't pick up the ball to
any
begin
of
with.
them that aren't Marvel Studios, or Christopher Nolan Batman.
Well, Fox doesn't do a good.
And I hated Batman, Dark Knight Rises.
With the new one, the newer one,
the newest one with Bane.
You didn't like that one?
Like I wanted to walk out of the theater an hour in.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I thought it was very slow though. It was very slow for a Batman movie.
Yeah.
But I think it was also hard to top the second one.
Yeah, I mean, I loved Begins, I loved Dark Knight, but Rises just didn't do it for me. I didn't like the way they portrayed Bane. He just kind of irritated me.
I think they portrayed him as a smaller, like, Bane, Bane, like, in the comics is some huge dude, where, Tom Hardy's only, like, 5'8", so...
Okay.
It's kind of disappointing.
It's called acting. No.
Yeah, well, you know what?
He's just like, all right, hold on, I gotta get into character. And he's just like gradually, you hear his bones like coming apart.
It turns green.
Yeah.
Like, wrong movie. I got one more news story, then we can get back on back on topic.
I think
maybe we can just be
just
done.
about done, yeah.
All right, guys. So Shovel Knight, our favorite independent indie platformer game, whatever. I'm just gonna stop talking. Is getting an amiibo. I love amiibos. I've got walls full of amiibos. I'm sick of amiibos because I ran out of room to put them. I might start selling off the ones I don't want so I can buy new ones.
Brian's like opening the box and he's just like, "Why can't I quit you?"
Yeah, that's kind of the case actually. So it's obviously it's going to be compatible with the Wii U version of the game. Don't encourage him.
Yeah, I'm gonna look away.
So here's the interesting thing. We had a discussion, I think, on the last podcast, or one of the last podcasts that we did, which retail version of Shovel Knight are we going to buy, right? And because I already have the downloaded version on my PS4, so it seems kind of redundant. It's not coming out on Vita, which is fucking retarded. So I was like, am I going to buy it at all? And then I found out that the amiibo for Wii U unlocks a 2-player co-op mode on Wii U, which is only available on the Wii U version, which means we're buying the Wii U version.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yep, and the amiibo. I mean, that's great. I mean, and there's all this DLC that's coming for it too. It's
nice.
It's a pretty awesome game.
Yeah.
Good job, Nintendo.
Have you played Shovel Knight?
No.
It's awesome.
Well, I know what it is. What is it?
It's a 2D platformer. It plays a lot like DuckTales on the original Nintendo. If you remember that? It's awesome. It's got all these references from all these different games. Like, it feels like Super Mario 3. It feels like DuckTales. It feels like, it's Castlevania references.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really, really well honed 2D, sort of like 8.5-bit platformer.
Yeah, it's like not quite Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
but it's definitely more than Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool stuff. By Yacht Club Games. I had never heard of them before.
The coolest thing about this...
I think this was their first game, which is mind-boggling.
Yep. And the coolest thing about it about the Amiibo, is that this really opens the door for... This is the first non-Nintendo Amiibo, if you're not counting the ones for the Smash Brothers. I mean, they're in a Nintendo game, though. Yeah. That's the context they're coming out in. So this is the first Amiibo for a non-Nintendo game, and it really kind of opens the door for like what else can we have? What other companies? They must be seeing how well these things are selling.
So what Amiibos do you want from other companies?
Oh man, I can't even begin.
Those
Kingdom Heart Amiibos.
Kingdom Heart Amiibos are but I mean, I don't think Kingdom Hearts is coming to Wii U. It's going to be PS4, Xbox One, so that would
probably,
yeah.
You could get some Platinum Amiibos. Get a Bayonetta Amiibo.
There you go. Scalebound's Xbox One.
Wonderful 101.
Oh yeah. No one's going to buy that.
That probably won't happen.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, it is a little tough to say because Nintendo has gotten so little support for the Wii U, but hopefully this will kind of start to bring some companies on board.
Yeah.
And there could always be, amiibos that unlock things for other games, too. We could get amiibos for companies like Capcom or Square that unlock characters in other games or unlock content.
Yeah.
It's cool stuff. I'm pretty excited.
I don't want any more amiibos. I really don't. I want to be done.
Don't you, though?
I don't. No, I really don't. I'm burnt out. And honestly, it all relates to shelf space. As soon as I'm kind of packed here. And my amiibos, it's not good.
Your subconscious.
Yeah,
says, not yet.
The reality is, if somebody took a bad spill in this room, we could all die.
Yeah,
just be crushed.
Drown.
Just be crushed.
That's my plan for better ratings.
Yeah,
more viewers.
You kill off one of us.
Yeah, and then
No offense, you're the first to go.
Yes, I made it.
Yep, I made the cut. Don't you be smiling, Jobby. You're next. Mike is the only person in this room that's actually caught up to date on Danganronpa. When are you picking up Ultra Despair Girls? I'm telling you.
Yeah,
seeing the first 5 seconds of the game made me we both started playing Danganronpa 2.
I'm just gonna steal yours on the way out the door.
I'm gonna be looking for it in 3 days. I'm gonna blast through the rest of Danganronpa 2.
The reviews that I read did say it's really, the story is really good, but as we kind of predicted, the gameplay is sort of.
But you know what? The gameplay in 1 and 2 weren't that great anyway.
No,
I feel like I was.
What gameplay?
I feel like I struggled through the gameplay, quote unquote, of Danganronpa 1 and 2 just so I could experience the story.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I'm going to struggle through a game, I've had kind of enough of the visual novel setting of those, where I think this action setting is going to be refreshing.
Yeah,
visually, it's really pretty. So
yeah.
I mean, the fire in the burning building was pretty neat.
It was cartoon fire, two-dimensional.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we were watching it on the PlayStation TV, so we were watching it blown up on full screen, and it still looked really nice.
It still has the art that they used in the first two. So sometimes in the cutscenes, when even though it's a still photo, they'll use that same kind of art, but now it's moving, so it's just oh.
You haven't turned the camera around once.
Yeah, but watching you walk through the fire,
I meant your camera.
Oh.
Show's over, never mind.
Okay, Brett, so you started Metal Gear Solid 5. You're almost done with Arkham Knight.
Yeah, which I'm just not going to play, because I can't find a try. I've given up.
What's either coming out, or what do you want to jump into that you're going to be playing for the next month?
I'll probably continue to play Metal Gear Solid. I may buy Mad Max, depending. I watch Twitch streams, see if I like it.
I feel like Mad Max is one of those games that if you wait 3 weeks, it'll be $30.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm probably gonna wait on that. The Star Wars Battlefront beta comes out in October.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have to take a week off from work, play some of that.
Are you going to let your work know that you're taking a week off?
This is actually how he's doing it. He's just gonna send links to his bosses.
I'm just gonna just slowly stop showing up.
He just sends videos to them, but it's just the videos of him dancing again.
Yeah, exactly.
The last day of work, he shows up in a stormtrooper's out.
Yeah, guys, I can't come in. But I'll probably be playing that, and yeah,
cool.
It really depends,
All right. Well, listen. This is our real attempt to kind of come back and do this again. I want this show to be something special to watch. I want it to be something fun to watch. I don't want it just to be 3.5 dudes sitting around the table. I definitely want to spend some time making this fun to watch, with video clips and
Hills Have Thighs.
Hills Have Thighs. I don't want to get sued.
Well, sometimes you gotta just take them for the team.
Take a risk.
Take a risk.
So
I can't imagine a company that's already essentially ripping off another company.
Yeah, I feel like they're not going to say
very aggressive.
They're going to be wait,
lawyers.
Showing our film. This is good.
Yeah, maybe I'll just steal the title screen.
Yes.
So anyway, thank you guys for watching. It means a lot. No one's watching. Yeah. What am I talking about? Until next Gaming Without Parole, I'm Bryan Paul.
I'm Mike Zeller.
I'm Brett Zawielski.
I'm Jobby.
And we'll see you next time.